Alright, hey everyone, and welcome back to
Hi.
Season 2 of the Giant Blue Podcast. I'm your host, Jack, and I knew this day would come where I can't say with me as always, Felix and Sean. Our dear friend Felix
Is no longer.
a part of the Giant Blue Podcast. He's too busy, which is funny because I think it was episode 3 I was in this position, and because we were about to phase him out, and then he suddenly, he was able to do all the episodes. But then he said, when you and I said, hey, let's get this thing going again, he was like, nah, I'm too busy, sort of thing. Yeah.
Which is a shame.
Which is a shame. But not to say that he won't appear again, because he said he just doesn't want sort of a recurring role, but he'll definitely be on, I think, as a guest, and hopefully join me on the Gamescast and stuff like that.
And we support him in his ongoing ventures to bigger and better
I don't know
things.
why I got so down about it. Yeah, he's doing great.
He's doing some amazing
way
stuff.
better things. Yeah. And you know what's funny is because he said he's going to take July off. He was like, yeah, I'm taking July off. I'm like, so you could do the podcast, theoretically.
Just film 8 in July.
Yeah, absolutely. So, again, if the audio sucks, it's because Felix isn't here and I'm still learning and trying to be a host and edit.
And I'm useless. My role in this podcast is just to show up and talk.
Maybe you should be the host then.
Nah.
I feel like I'm a better guest, I think, than hosting.
No, you're a good host.
Nah.
I've been too nervous.
Yeah.
Just
So,
gonna sit over to the side, let you do all the jobs.
just piling up more and more. Yeah, I don't even. It's been 6 months since I think the last one was uploaded.
And it's
online.
been a year today since we filmed the first one ever.
Yeah, this is the anniversary of the first podcast, which I think went very, very well. There's a small cult following that follow religiously that ask
Of
now
our
and again of
podcast.
hey, when's the next one? And we're like, I don't know. It just kept getting pushed. I remember saying we were going to come back in February.
Yeah, we were going to
something
take December, January
yeah,
off.
we were going to come back in February, and then that didn't happen. And it just kept getting pushed. I went to Japan in March.
I went
for
to
most
Tasmania.
of March, I think, or most of Feb. Yeah, and then I got back, and then you went to Tasmania. You came back, and then I think Felix was in Alice Springs or something like that, or Adelaide perhaps. And it was just this thing, and then it just kept push, and then finally, it was okay, it's been 6 months, the kind of on and off period. It's like a television show almost where they split it, and then it
Are
was
we cancelled?
the one
Are we not?
Yeah, exactly. We were on hiatus, and then finally, we got renewed for a second season.
Yay! Woohoo!
So I think this is a soft launch, sort of shorter podcast, just kind of a prologue almost, I think. Just sort of saying where we are. I think we're going to stick with topics this season, but we do have some really cool ideas that will hopefully, get going as well.
We'll throw some out of left field
Yeah.
just to surprise people.
Reviews still happening. I think Ant-Man, by the time this comes out, Ant-Man and the Wasp, I think comes out the same week. And then we'll do a review of that one. So yeah.
That's probably a good segue.
Yeah, I didn't even plan that, but yeah, that totally works. So, what did we do this year, Sean, leading up to Infinity War?
Well, Jack, this year... Thanks for having me on the show, by the way. This
Do we
year...
even say I'm Jack Macmillan, by the way?
I think we did all
If
that.
people are just jumping in, yeah.
Yeah, I'm Sean, not Felix. If anyone ever was wondering who was who back in the old days,
Yeah.
we never pointed, I guess. So we heard that this, if you watched one MCU Marvel film each week before Infinity War, you could watch them all in time. So that's what we did. We started first week of January. Each Sunday afternoon, we watched one of the Marvel films. And yeah, by the time we got to Infinity War, we'd seen them all.
It worked out pretty well, except when Marvel bumped up Infinity War or whatever it was.
They moved it forward a week, so we did a couple of double features. And I was in Tasmania as well.
Oh no, we had to watch 2 in one night. Yeah.
It was great. We had everyone over.
I was joking,
I cooked food, and yeah, it was good fun.
It was pretty cool watching them all again, and just that kind of having that new perspective on them. Iron Man 1 feels like an indie film at this point. You know what I mean? It's such a small film, and it's his biggest worry is learning how to fly.
Yeah.
Whereas and then in Avengers, he's battling titans in the cosmos and
and the suit
reality's
gets
being bent.
exponentially better as well.
Yeah.
Like first he has to like go into like the workshop to put it on, and like by Avengers he's got like the wrist things, and then like unfolds out of like a suit, and now it's just like a nanobot that's in his tie or something.
I kind of wish, like, I feel like the jump between the last suit we saw, like in Spider-Man Homecoming, it was just like a regular suit, and then Infinity War was like, well, bam, nano suit. Like, I felt like that was like one of my gripes.
It's a pretty big jump.
It was such a jump. Like, you almost needed like a little Iron Man 4 in there or something. Like, because I just love the suit building stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
Stuff. Yeah. So yeah, first episode, I think we're just going to talk about some Marvel stuff because I said that's literally how I'm known now.
The Marvel guy.
As the Marvel guy. Like, everyone just gets me Marvel presents and things like that, like over Christmas and stuff like that. And I was like, oh, I didn't realize I was so one-dimensional now in people's eyes.
This is why you're wearing the Simpsons / Jurassic Park shirt.
Oh, yeah, to mix things up. But I mean, it was funny because my girlfriend at the time, was like, Jack, you literally have a podcast where you talk about Marvel things. I'm like,
and other things.
I'm like, true, yeah, like true. But I think one of the most fascinating things about doing that movie, MCU in review, was just how different people's like opinions of those films are.
Yeah. So what we did, I probably should have explained as well. I have like a blank wall in my like living room or lounge room, I guess. So, and it's like maybe 4 or 5 meters wide-ish, 2 meters tall. So I covered it in butcher's paper, ruled a grid on it, and gave everyone these little labels with blue tack, and we all ranked them, like they do on Top Gear with the cars, like moving them around each week. And then at the end we collated it, and it was great, just this huge thing forming on the wall of like people's opinions, and the discussion that came out of it was just good fun.
That's what I said. Perspectives change, but I don't know, just like how you can like everyone's sitting down watching a movie, everyone's laughing, having a good time, and then the movie ends, and it's like you're like, wow, that was awesome, and then someone's like, I hated it, like It just was so bizarre to me, like just what came out of that, and like some of them hold up better than others, I think, but then I don't, it's just that was just so interesting to me,
we watched Incredible Hulk, and a lot of us really liked it, like not really really liked it, but it was better than we remembered it. And there's some of the group who were like, yeah, this is like in the top 10. I was like, no way, it's still in the bottom 3, but it was like better than I remembered.
Yeah, that was like,
I think we just enjoyed it on the day, and it's so tonally different to all the others. Like it's so.
That's what I mean. It doesn't fit, and like when we did the review, like when we did our rankings, like I put Incredible Hulk at the bottom, and like and Iron Man 2 is like far down.
Yeah.
And then watching it again, like Iron Man 2 was like much better than I remembered. Actually, I think like I finally was like, hey, this isn't bad. Like it's not one of my favorites, but I was like, this is pretty decent. Whereas Incredible Hulk, I was like, no, this film still sucks. Like I was like, fuck this. Like, it just made me mad. Every problem I had with it when I first watched it, like, came flooding back to me. And I was just like, this is not good. And so then, because I wouldn't always come to, like, I would watch all the movies in review, but I wasn't always at your house. And when I came around, I would see all the rankings, and it would just make me mad. I'm like, oh.
I think there are a few of the guys who were coming and doing the rankings that were trying to make you mad. They would be like, oh, Jack will be here soon. Like, let's put Incredible Hulk back up.
Like, Incredible Hulk above Iron Man 1. But that was, like, a few people did that. But then even other stuff, because like Felix is like, he notoriously doesn't like Winter Soldier. He messaged me, he's like, all right, you're right, it's like pretty good. So I'm like, yes. And like, and then people like putting Avengers 2 above Avengers 1, which to me was like blasphemous.
I had a great time watching Avengers 2 though.
Really? that film's just like, And every
it's
review,
so clogged,
every YouTube thing I watch of people that rank that film, it's always the midpoint, really. Like it always ends up being the midpoint. Like, like there was this guy that I followed. It's this YouTube channel called Cosmonaut Variety Hour, and like again, Avengers Age of Ultron. It's like number 12. Like it's always 10, 12, that kind of area. Sort of thing. And then Avengers Infinity War, like that. Like it's number 1 for me. Like
I think that's
even
for me
a
as
question.
Well.
Like I have to like think about things that I don't like. I have to like really try hard to think about things I don't like about that film.
I can barely name.
And even then, it's like kind of nitpicky things. Like there's nothing major. Like I don't know. I guess I'm a fanboy, but I just thought
it's an event film though. Like it's on another level. Like
I could rave about it, but I think that's like another podcast. I think like. I wish we did it. I wish we did the review for that because we were just so buzzed on that film. Like I've seen it like 4 times or something like
I think
that.
I've only seen it twice.
It was just every character's at their best in that film. I think like everyone's just on point. Like Thor, I think is at his best.
Thor is amazing.
Star-Lord's
in that
incredible.
film.
Like Rocket's so good in Drax. Like even Tony and like the way they balance the quippiness, because that's always been the joke, is like all these heroes are so quippy.
Yeah.
But the way they kind of were able to put them into their own unique brand of quippiness.
Yeah, and still play off against each other without
still
us getting
make
bored.
it kind of work. Like there's some parts where it doesn't work, I think, but like very few. Like maybe like 1 or 2 parts with Tony and Doctor Strange. But for the most part, I love that dynamic because it was like basically they were almost the same character. One's tech, one's magic, and they just played with that. They were like, let's just have these arrogant fucks like just butt heads, and then Tom Holland's just like making little jokes and stuff like that, and he's so cute and beautiful, and then even in Star-Lord they played more into his kind of douchiness, and then Thor they played into his kind of not douchiness but his kind of goofballness, I guess, like his kind of dorky, like he's like, no rabbit, like it's like it's his almost like his simplicity. How would you describe that? Like
naivety, I guess.
Yeah, like but he just like he doesn't question things. He's just like this, like I don't know. It's like he's kind of like a simpleton almost, but he's got this like heart of gold.
Yeah.
I think
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah. Whereas and I don't know. Everyone's just so good in that movie.
It's a great movie. It's gonna be number 1.
Yeah. So can you read out? Do you have the?
Yes.
All right. So we got the average here from from everyone that came to the Marvel MCU like nights every
probably
week leading up to
it went 10 or 12 or so.
Yeah. Did you put in the ones that like people, because not everyone filled them out?
Nah, only the ones that were
that were
full.
Decently full. Yeah.
All right. What do we got? All right. So starting from the bottom, Iron Man 2 narrowly lost to the Incredible Hulk, but yeah, Incredible Hulk was number 17. Number 16 was Thor 1. Number 15 was Thor 2. Even though I ranked it pretty high, but I got weighed down.
See, that makes sense to me though. And that's interesting that Thor 2 is above Thor, because I keep seeing people put Thor 2 below. I genuinely think Thor 2's more fun.
I think it's more
even
fun.
when I saw it, I thought it was just the action's better.
Yeah, definitely.
And like the set pieces and stuff.
Like, Thor 1 was a great like origin film, but like you go back and watch it, it's so like it's too Kenneth Branagh and not enough.
Budget and like
yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I guess we can get into it. Like I watched it with a friend, and like we were just like, we're really enjoying this film up until like the end with that stupid destroyer thing, like, and there's like his friends walking down that like 4-building town that they made. Like cardboard, and I'm just like, what am I watching?
And you think that's like the third act, and then it like he goes back up and he battles Loki, and it takes like another 20 minutes.
Yeah,
it's alright.
It's like that really kind of. I keep trying to find what that line is from, where Loki's like, "If you destroy the bridge, you'll never see her again." Like that kind of line, or like that kind of motive. I'm where have I seen that before? And I still can't find out where, because it just seems like I've seen that kind of that thing. Like if you destroy the portal, you destroy the something. Like, I don't know. Anyway,
there'd be a few that probably do it. I could probably name a couple of books as well. Iron Man 3, number 14. Number 13, Doctor Strange. Number 12, Iron Man 1. So all the Iron Mans we've already been through. They're all down there. Then Captain America, number 11.
Above Iron Man?
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Number 10, Ant-Man. I think this is about the halfway point. Yeah.
People, I think, either love that film or just kind of blow it off, I think. I'm just one of the two. I just think that movie's so funny.
Ant-Man.
I just think I have a smile on my face that whole movie.
Yeah, it's
like,
funny.
I know it's not like amazing, but I just have so much fun with it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. I'm so keen for the new one too.
I think it's like pretty solid, I think, like as well. Like I think a lot of those early Marvel films kind of fall apart in the third act, like Iron Man and Thor. Yeah. And like even Captain America a little bit. Like I think the first half of Captain America is significantly better, I think, than the second half.
Yeah.
Like all about sort of Steve Rogers and like being a hero and being a good person and stuff. Yeah.
I don't know. Ant-Man 2 I'm looking forward to. I love it. It's so different, that shrinking in the
I don't know why they didn't play more into it. Yeah, like they're really playing into it now for the second one.
Yeah.
Like, I guess because maybe they were like, because the physics in the comic, it's all about the density. So he's little, but he's more dense. So he's like still weighs the same, and he can still punch just as hard as he can as a human. Yeah. And same when he's big, he's like not very strong. He's just big.
Yeah.
But then when you have things like the tank on Hank Pym's like keychain, and that kind of
that
breaks
came out of nowhere.
Like, it's a cool moment, but at the same time, you're kind of like, wouldn't that thing still weigh like 6 tons or whatever? Like, and it's just on his keychain.
Oh yeah, right.
Like, they just kind of break it whenever it's convenient, kind of thing. They just. Yeah.
I never thought of that until just then.
I didn't either until like some video pointed it out to me.
Yeah, that's annoying. All right, Ant-Man is number 10. Number 9 is the first Avengers. Number 8 is Winter Soldier.
Number 9.
Yes.
Let me. Okay.
We're gonna have to.
When we did our ranking, it was number 1, like unanimous.
Yes,
Almost. Like
you
we
mean
were
Felix.
like so hard.
Yeah.
It's number 1. That's the interesting thing about going back to, and I even said that, and I said this before watching it. Is not that it's bad. I just think we've come so far, and that film was very much like an event film, and perhaps not the best film. And it's crazy.
What
it
did for the MCU is
I think
just...
in terms of importance, I
Yeah.
think it's probably still number 1.
Yeah.
It gave him like the confidence and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But it's just so fascinating that it's like number 9 now. Yeah.
But having said that, it is above all the Phase 1 films.
Oh, definitely.
So
it's definitely
it's
the
the
best
top
of
of
Phase
that.
1. Yeah. But
And then we get into Winter Soldier, number 8.
fuck yes.
7
Tier.
7 Avengers 2. So just above Avengers 1.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
let me run to the finish here, okay? Black Panther, crowd favorite, number
Yep.
6.
Black
Thor
Panthers.
Ragnarok, crowd favorite, very funny, number 5. Number 4, Spider-Man, arguably the best of the solo films. I would probably say.
Yeah, Spider-Man's.
I mean, it had Iron Man in it, so it's sort of cheated, but
Well, I had Cap. That's what I said.
yeah, and
It's
even
like,
Cap, yeah.
Everyone's like, oh, it's the best Spider-Man film. Yeah, I'm like, yeah, but it has a lot of help. But in saying that, it's...
But even in the
it's
MCU,
still-
I think it's probably one of the best
Yeah.
solo hero films.
Definitely.
And then the top 3 is, it goes without saying, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Guardians of the Galaxy 1, and Civil War. All the big
All the big ensembles.
ensemble films.
That's interesting.
Guardians of the Galaxy are so popular.
That's interesting. Yeah. Watching Guardians again, I definitely ranked it above Avengers, I think.
Yeah,
Like,
so do I.
It was just like I think it's just it's just better.
And it flows so well. Like, Ronan the
It's-
Accuser is not that great of a
No,
villain.
but yeah.
But everything else in that film is just like the escape from the prison
it's
and
more
stuff.
stylized, I think. It's just like, it's just more fun and easy to jump into. I don't know.
Yeah.
Which it's so funny because it's like, the cool thing about Avengers is that they had these solo films leading up to it, but that's almost like, is detriment the right word? Like, it's almost like harder to get into them because it's like, oh, do I have to watch all these films?
Yeah.
Whereas Guardians, again, what we talk about is like, you don't need to have all these solo
Yeah,
films
they're all
They
there.
just jumped in with like D-list heroes that no one had ever heard of, like Rocket Raccoon and Groot, and now they're like household names almost. kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like everyone loves that
Your
film.
hair's doing like a thing, dude.
What the fuck? How long has that been like that?
Don't know, just noticed it.
Oh, great.
Start again. Flip the table.
Yeah.
It's alright. It's fine.
So yeah, I think
yeah.
honestly, that list, I think overall that average was like a pretty good.
It's
like
pretty good.
When I first looked at it, I was like, and then I was like, actually no, that's a pretty solid
Yeah.
ranking. The only I just with major gripes, like I would definitely put Iron Man 2 above Hulk, like without question. I enjoyed myself watching Iron Man. I just
What
Hulk annoys me.
did I
so
have?
fucking
Was
much.
Hulk our lowest? No, Iron Man 2 was our lowest. I can't even remember.
Oh.
I just read them out. You want
Maybe
to check
it
it again?
Yeah, maybe check again.
Either way, I mean, like they were like.
Well, yeah, you're
Half
like
a point
arguing
apart.
over like these like sort of films. It's just it's the hardest part is when you get into the
No,
top
you're
tier.
right. Incredible Hulk is our second worst, but like by a matter of like,
Yeah.
because I added them all up and then divided it, and it was like 0.3 or something was the difference.
Yeah. The only other one I think is Avengers 2 over Avengers 1. I think that's blasphemous. I kind of get where people come from because I feel like there's a lot of stuff in it. I just think it's like such a mess.
It's just the moments, I guess.
It's just kind of but it's just all jumbled and kind of.
See, that's the thing. It's messy, but when you've watched them all in a row, like you don't need it to be like this.
Yeah.
This might sound blasphemous to like a film sort of guy, but when you've seen them all in a row like that, and you know what's coming, and you've seen them all before, like if it doesn't matter if it's a bit messy, because you're just like, I don't need anyone to introduce the characters. Like I know what's happening.
No,
and I knew it was
enjoy
coming.
it. I enjoy it.
But
I
like the
definitely enjoy it.
Hulkbuster and stuff, and
That's probably my favorite scene is when he uses
So
his head as
cool.
a speed bag. Like,
and Claw is in it for a bit, and that tied it into like Black Panther and stuff.
I just think there's so many like what do they call it? Like spinning plate. There's so many elements of that film, and I don't think they just don't go into them enough. Whereas Infinity War, I think, even had like the harder task of more heroes, and I still feel like it works a lot better.
Yeah.
And a point I think I read I watched with Avengers 2 is like they're all making jokes, but they're all making the same jokes. They're all just one-lining and quipping and blah, 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 blah. And I think if Infinity War was that, it would have just been so awful. Whereas they made the characters like stand out and be more unique. Like they were more unique with the jokes. Whereas Infinity War is like, they're all just macho, like, or like just quipping. And it's just, I don't know. It gets a bit taxing, especially in Captain America. Like, I think Joss Whedon, I don't think he doesn't do Cap very well. Cap is so much better in his solo films than in Avengers. He's always the weakest Avenger because like they make him like the old man kind of thing, and it's like he's so much more than that. Like he stands out a lot more in Winter Soldier and in Civil War, which is interesting that Civil War is number one.
He's great in Civil War.
There's like a small group of people out there that really don't rate that film.
Yeah,
it's funny because I feel like most of us like really, really rate.
Iona has it pretty low too, doesn't she?
She had it quite low. Yeah, that's what I mean. There's like
this is why we haven't invited her on again. We actually haven't seen her since that podcast. Name dropping Iona.
Yeah. Which I mean, so for the first one coming back this season 2, like we were like, fuck it, let's just do it me and you.
Yeah, man.
But not everyone, because I think we're definitely going to try and have some more guests and stuff like that down the pipe. Like, we'll definitely have Iona and definitely have Felix. And, just sort of go from there and see what works.
Yeah, definitely. Keep it chill.
I love Black Panther this year. I saw that 3 times. I really rate that film. I know there's, like, some problems that I can... Like, the more I, like, watch things and hear about it, I'm like, yeah, like, it is kind of... I think it was, like, almost, like, too ambitious, I think. Like, it wanted to be, a film, like it wanted to be taken more seriously, but it kind of fell back onto a lot of like silliness from superhero stuff. And I think it was like a funny point I heard. It's like he has like 4 female role models. I think his girlfriend is kind of unnecessary. I think like there's the sister, his general, his mum, who doesn't get any screen time, and she's a great actress. I can't remember her name, but she doesn't really do a lot. But I think that was kind of a point against Killmonger because he didn't have like that kind of family aspect, whereas Black Panther did, and I think that's why he like has a better moral compass kind of thing.
Yeah, I guess.
We don't have to get into it, but I really love that movie.
Well,
like,
I love
the music and
I quite enjoyed it too. Again, like you said, I have a few things that I'm like not, and I'm sort of because I'm like a writer. I say this all the time, but like to me, plot is so much of what's important, and the plot of Black Panther is fine, but it's like Hamlet. It's like The Lion King.
It wanted to be Lion King so bad, yeah.
Yeah, and like I love The Lion King as well, but I was watching like Black Panther and I was like, oh, it's gonna happen. Like
yeah. I mean, yeah.
And like, it was fun to watch though.
Yeah. And it's funny because everyone was like, oh, Killmonger's like the best Marvel villain. But I think you and I agreed, he was like, he's just everyone complains about is he's just the good guy flipped.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, absolutely.
He's the bad Black Panther. But I feel like he's like the best of the worst. Like out of all the like Ironmonger from Iron Man, like Tony, like he's the best one. Like he had like a clear motive that you kind of agree with. I mean,
yeah.
Because Black Panther's girlfriend and Killmonger basically have the same plan. She like wants to help everybody, and he kind of wants to break out into the world.
And Black Panther learns that. Black Panther like agrees with him too. He's just like, but there's ways to do that.
He's like, he just doesn't want. He's like, you're a psycho, that kind of thing.
Yeah. By the end of the film, he's like, hey, because he goes back to the spirit realm. He's like, Dad, we were wrong. Why aren't we helping all the other disenfranchised people around the world?
I love the spirit realm, like the music and like the panthers and the purple glow.
Yeah, it's cool.
I love the imagery in that film.
It's good.
And
it's
like,
good.
Yeah, and he's like, you were wrong. Like,
but he's like, you were wrong. Yeah,
the weight of like being a king on T'Challa's shoulders. Yeah.
But to start being right from now on, you have to work at it, not just give everyone guns, which is like what Killmonger. And I'm like Killmonger. I'm like, he's sort of a great villain, but he's sort of weak because like I don't know. His motives are good, but
I just think he has so much more charisma than any of the other heroes. Like he just owns the screen when he's on stage.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Where he's like, oh my boy, he's like, hey auntie, or whatever. Like,
hey auntie.
He's just like, and he's fucking jacked, and oh my god.
Michael B. Jordan. Yeah, he's a hunk.
And then what we said is like, I reckon the better villain is Claw.
Yeah, definitely.
Like, I think he's so good, and I was sad when they killed him off because he
Spoiler alert.
like, I guess he didn't really have a motive, but he just played it to the craziest so well that you bought it. You just like
totally
you were like
bought it.
You're like, this dude's fucking nuts and unpredictable, and like he's just having so much fun doing it. And he was just real good to watch. Like,
And even in Avengers 2, you saw a bit of that. And I was like,
yeah, it's cool.
I so wanted him to have
was
his own
in that.
movie.
I don't think he's like that great in that movie, but it's just cool.
He's not
there's,
there
like,
for long,
All these
but-
little sort of breadcrumbs. I think.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Avengers 2, I think again it's one of those like important ones.
Yeah.
Because it establishes so much.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
Wakanda and Vibranium and Tony and Cap's like feuding and the Infinity Stones and the Vision and Quicksilver. That's the thing, there's so much stuff. It's like your brain hurts.
It's a big film.
Yeah. Pardon me. Excuse me. I would put Guardians. This was a huge point of contention, but I think Guardians 2 is better than Guardians 1.
I think you're wrong.
Maybe.
Don't look at the camera.
For help, yeah. I don't know. Watching it again, I'm just like, yep. I loved it. I thought that the first time, and then when I was watching Guardians 1, I'm like, fuck, this movie's so good. I was like, there's no way Guardians 2 is better than this movie. This movie's so good. And then I watched Guardians 2, and I'm like, I don't know what it is about it. I just think it's like a better film.
It's
better
pretty
villain. Good. I think it's just, I don't know. I'd have to.
I can't tell if I like Ego or not as well. Like, I need to. I don't know. I'm still thinking about that film.
I think their Marvel, like their last few films, have had such good villains, like Thanos, Killmonger, and Claw. Yeah. Vulture from Spider-Man: Homecoming.
He was great.
He's
Who would
so
have thought that Vulture would be like an
but
because
Michael Keaton, like he just aces it.
You mean Birdman?
Yeah, Birdman. Yeah. I guess the only one. I don't think Hela's a good villain. I think she's.
I agree.
Very, kind of bland.
Yep.
It is cool to have the female antagonist, but that wasn't enough. Like I think she was.
Yeah.
They just didn't do enough with her for me. I think she wasn't like menacing enough, and like her motives were kind of I don't know. They just didn't do enough with it for me.
Or in Thor 3, it was like you always say, like a pretty good film, but all the Asgard stuff is so weak compared to like all the stuff on that other planet.
The more I watch that movie, the more I hate all the Asgard stuff. Like I'm just like, it's like it's just
such a mess of a film.
It's just annoying. I don't know, and it's like, but I'm like, I don't know if you can cut it out because it's like I like appreciate that they were trying to like keep it together, but it's just weird. I don't know.
It's like Taika Waititi wanted to do a slice of life or something just to Thor, and then they were like, yeah, but you also have to have this, and he's just like, crap.
Yeah, it's the same with Joss Whedon. Yeah, it's like it's just I don't.
It's an interesting blend of styles, I guess. It just doesn't quite.
And it's funny because like you thought Asgard was so important, and you're just like, nah, like it's so much fun to have Thor go on this little adventure kind of thing, like and just meet all these space alien people and
Valkyrie and stuff.
Yeah, and Valkyrie's so cool.
Yeah, and then Asgard gets blown up, and then in the next movie, all the Asgardians die.
Yeah, like half of them they say, but I don't know where the other half went.
Yeah, like, apparently like Valkyrie escaped with some of them or something.
Alive,
I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they'll have to like address that later, I think. But what was I gonna say from that?
Ant-Man and the Wasp 2? Is that where we're going?
I mean,
Michelle Pfeiffer, isn't it? Plays the mum.
Yeah,
and it's a chick villain again.
Yeah.
The
ghost
thing.
She like phases through.
Yeah,
that'll be good. Hopefully, I wonder how it'll tie in with other things. I guess.
Apparently, it answers heaps of questions from Infinity War. So I don't know if that means there's like a scene.
That'd be cool if it happens like halfway through the film. They're just doing their own thing, and then just people start disappearing.
I don't know how I'd feel about that, but it would be cool.
It'd be interesting. It's just they're just like, hey, like what? Like
maybe like Hawkeye or something will have a scene in it.
Do you think Hawkeye will be in it?
I very much doubt it. But well, I just thought of it then. I've never considered that.
I thought he would be, and I thought, or maybe an end credit scene then, or something like that.
I don't know.
I have no idea.
Maybe there'll be some more information about Captain Marvel because Michelle Pfeiffer and Michael Douglas are both supposed to be like old school heroes, you know. Yeah. Maybe they met Captain Marvel in the 80s. That's her whole shtick.
Yeah, I wonder how much, like... I want to see more of that then, like the flashback stuff then.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. It could happen.
Well, I don't want to go too long.
No.
I just wanted to touch upon the rankings and stuff and what we've been...
No, let's move
on. I mean, apart from that, we've not really been doing much. Just
watching movies and working.
Yeah, watching movies and working. Yeah. But yeah, like I said, we've got... Definitely going to have some guests. And hey, if you're watching this and you live in the Darwin area... and you're opinionated, then send us a message and we might get you on the podcast.
It's good fun.
Yeah. New shows, hopefully, new guests. Yeah.
We won't give it away yet, but we have some like really fun concepts. I think I can say that.
Yeah, definitely.
Like,
so this is a soft launch. We wanted to show if we were going to come back, and then we thought, nah, let's do it. Let's do another season 2, and hopefully go for the next few 6 months. Do some more episodes and just do some stuff.
Cool.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of just what other movies have come out like this year. I think game nights. I was thinking about that. I was like, game night might be my favorite.
So I didn't write anything down.
Game nights. If you take Avengers away, I'm like, game night might be my favorite film so far this year.
Incredibles 2 was great.
Ah, yeah, that's great.
And I just saw Jurassic World. 2, and that was great too.
That's funny. Yeah. All right. So should I go see that movie?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
I think it was better than Jurassic World 1.
I don't think that's very hard. But
No, but like
it looked so bad with the trailers of Jurassic World 2 though.
Yeah, it did, but I was pleasantly
awful.
surprised. It was so different from from any of the Jurassic World films. I found myself really invested.
I can't really remember the other Jurassic Park films except for like number 1.
Oh man, 2 and 3 is so like.
That's what I mean. I thought, isn't 3 meant to be real bad?
I can't remember the difference between 2 and 3,
Yeah.
but they're both pretty bad.
Yeah.
Like they're sort of, I don't know.
All right.
But this one, yeah, is probably my second favorite of the 5.
All right. Well, I'll check it out.
Of the 5, we 3 of them we acknowledge are terrible.
Because usually 5 is like that's always like the best one in the series is number 5.
It's according to what?
Like Empire Strikes Back. Yeah, Transformers Last Night, Pirates of the Caribbean,
Empire
Dead Man's
Strikes
Chest.
Back is number 2.
That's episode 5. Right. I mean, yeah, you put it up there with Transformers and Pirates of the Caribbean. Just all the 5s is real good. I finally watched fucking Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest, and that movie, I don't even remember anything that happened in it. Like that, it's just such a terrible, bland, forgettable film.
I think I'd had a few drinks at dinner before I watched that because I can't remember much of it. I saw it in cinemas. I made that effort.
Like, that just
Probably
didn't
a
need
waste
to
of
happen.
money.
That film.
Well, yeah.
I don't know. And Transformers, I never saw in the end.
God, see, I watched that. You and Felix were like, "This film looks really good. It's gonna be the best Transformers."
I don't know who said that. I think we're just like
You were looking forward to it though, and I was like, "I don't want to watch it." And I went and watched it. I was like,
That's because Felix or me or whoever said it was the Fast and the Furious like Optimus Prime Dominic Toretto, whatever it was.
Yeah,
because every film that year the good guy turned bad.
Turned bad, yeah.
Like, God, what nonsense. I just like being able to say Game Night's like my favorite movie of the year.
It was a great film.
And what else has come out? Black Panther was real good. Avengers is good. Incredibles 2 is real good.
I watched a little indie film called Kings of Summer. That's probably my favourite film of this year, but I don't know which year it actually came out. I only watched it a few months ago.
Okay, big announcement. The podcast is on iTunes, actually.
Is it?
Yes, it is. And I've been meaning to make an update. It's on iTunes thanks to the lovely gentleman, Thomas Medina. He's hosting it on his SoundCloud or some bullshit. It's just, if you search Giant Blue Podcast on iTunes, it's on there. And you can have a listen. Yeah, I've listened to all of them on the app. Yeah, it works. They work fine. Except for like sometimes when we do visual jokes, like you can't appreciate that. Because I was going to say, you talked about an indie film. I saw a film at the deck chair called We're Family Now, which was made by 2 Darwin kids.
Yeah.
Well, it was a few Darwin people, Nathaniel Kelly and Thomas Medina. And yeah, and it was great. Like, it was impressive that they just made a feature film. They just went out and did that. Like, I think it's like 80 minutes long. And it's
amazing, yeah.
I'm
in awe of that.
Yeah, absolutely. Like it is a student film. Like, so, don't expect to be like, oh my God. But it flows really well. It's really enjoyable. The acting's solid. Like, the fact it makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like there's so many student films that just kind of don't go anywhere they just have no pacing and no flow. Like, this thing just works and it's authentically Darwin and there's some beautiful shots in it. I don't think you guys listen to this, but well done, guys. I did finally check it out, the deck chair, and it was really good.
I meant to watch it, but I think I had a work function the night it was on. Yeah. I think I should try and get a copy of it.
I should have wrote more notes down. I'll just keep blanking. Podcast is on iTunes. That was one of the announcements. Surely stop stalling. Probably just like end it or something like that.
Yeah, let's do it.
Well, I'm not watching any shows this year. Like, I know I said I was going to have a break last year and I ended up watching like 12 shows. And then this year, Game of Thrones and Rick and Morty aren't back till 2019. And so I'm literally just not watching anything. Like, because there's so much media, there's just too much stuff. So I'm only doing movies and video games. Because movies, hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
Get it out of the way.
I've been watching a lot of movies.
Games are like, it's more active, I feel.
Yeah.
Like, I feel more productive. I don't know. Or like, just sometimes you just... Like a movie, it's like you're more like fidgety, I think. You can't sit still for a movie or a show. Like, I don't want to binge eat. Like, because I think that's...
You sit there with a pack of Maltesers and just... Yeah.
So just been playing games and stuff like that.
No,
but hopefully
cool.
if I do the games cast, I'll talk more about that. The only show I'm watching is Queer Eye, though. And that is like the best, most wholesome show out there right now.
Yep, I'll probably give it a shot one day.
You just start with episode 5. You'll be crying by the end. It's just such a beautiful show.
The only shows I've been watching are all like old British like talk shows, like Would I Lie to You, 8 out of 10 Cats, that sort of stuff. Like they're all on YouTube. You watch them for nothing, and they're just so funny.
Yeah,
I'm just hooked. I put them on while I play Overwatch. That's my whole evening.
Yeah, I think I failed to come up with any sort of grand plan for this season. Like I was hoping it to be its own and be like way more bigger production value, like bigger cameras and stuff like that. Like just
all we've done so far is scale down a third of our cast.
Well, yeah, you got to scale down what you can scale up. Yeah. We got to cut costs somewhere. Felix was just draining the budget so much.
He is so expensive. The amount that we used to spend on his hair gel.
Yeah,
and my therapist.
Like the dimpled Botox injections. Yeah, hopefully it sort of gets bigger as we go. I think we'll just stick with topics, I think just better topics. I think that's
and the concept
a reasonable
things
bar that we can reach.
Maybe. But yeah, we've got some interesting stuff as well that will be sort of separate but sort of still... That's I think, going to be the hook. Yeah. That's going to be so funny.
So, and these podcasts... like sort of 2 a month, maybe once a month, sort of like we'll see how we go. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, or the Facebook page or whatever, and to keep up to date with that stuff. We'll make like announcements and things. New guests, new videos, new topics. Season 2 Giant Blue Podcast now on iTunes. Catch up on season 1. Oh, and the viewing order. Okay, if you're trying to get into the Giant Blue Podcast, I would recommend you start on episode 1 because it's the pilot and it's genuinely pretty good. Then I would just skip straight to episode 9. And
there's a lot of filler on this show.
And then watch the video version for that one as well. It's very funny. And we have a great guest. Ione is on that one.
We have all of our guests are great.
All of our guests
but that one was a good one.
And then after 9, watch episode 10, the Marvel ranking one, which is really good. And then from there... you can just kind of jump around wherever, I think. Like 5's really good, 8's really good. If you like Star Wars, watch Star Wars. 6, I think it is. 6 is the Star Wars one.
If you don't like Star Wars, though, definitely don't watch that one.
Yeah, don't watch that one. I think, and then I think, is it 11 is the one with Matt. That's where we talk some more gaming stuff. That's good too. 13 is the one at the bar. Don't watch episode 12.
12 is the one where we were like, let's just relax, talk for as long as we want, and it went for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah, we were like, let's just not worry about the length. And then we ended up chatting for 2.5 hours, and then we were like, next time let's make sure we don't go over an hour.
That podcast was a mess.
And it's so funny because number 9 is like arguably our best one, and that's the one Ione is on. And then we brought it back for episode 12, and episode 12 is like arguably the worst one. Like even the audio is like shittier because I think me and Felix forgot to put like the filter on it or something. It's like really bad, and it's just because we're all just friends, and I don't think we were drunk. We were high on something like Coke.
I don't think we were drinking at all. I think we were just
in good spirits, and so like. Ione describes it because she was like nervous, like, and we were like trying to be kind of like good hosts. We were like more like letting her talk and like and being kind of respectful. And then by this episode 12, we're all just like bah, 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 bah. Like the 4 of us just all talking. It's just 2.5 hours of chaos and shitty audio. Like it's just a mess.
Don't watch it.
I mean, if you want to watch all of them, I would say watch it. There is some good stuff in there.
Yeah,
definitely,
there's always some good stuff.
Well, Iona's Marvel. I think it's broken down on the YouTube page as well. Like you can see Iona's Marvel rankings as well. They may or may not take like an hour to get through because we keep cutting.
Every time she says them, we're just like, what?
Yeah,
It was good fun though.
No, yeah, it was lots of fun. They're all really fun. All right, guys. I think that's a wrap on season 2, episode 1.
Thank you for watching and listening.
Yeah, we'll see you later. Bye.
See ya. Oh, you fucking disgust me.